Welcome to Crimson Series. This is a love reading, a reading for singles, and it's a timeless reading and general reading for all zodiac signs. So take what resonates and you can leave the rest. And I have already done the shuffling and I've picked out the cards already. I've taken 4 cards from the singles and relationship oracle deck and remaining 4 from the more popular Rider-Waite oracle cards. Now let's go ahead and start the reading. Okay, we have the first card which says too busy. We have the second card which says feeling unloved. We have the third card which is a page of wands, and then we have the fourth card which is the 6 of wands reversed. In the second row, we have changing them. Then we have not talking, followed by 10 of wands. And finally, we have the 5 of pentacles reversed. Let's start with the first card. It says too busy. So, are you single and are you too busy to date? Are you really too busy, or is that just an excuse? That's what this card says, that you use being busy as an excuse not to date. You must make time for a partner. So if you're too busy, if you're really busy and you can't find time to date, it is time to take a break. You need to take some time out for yourself, because if not, there is going to come a day when you're going to turn back and look at all your friends and people around you, moving on with their lives, and you're, still busy working, still trying to get ahead in your career and still trying to do what you're doing, and then you don't have a partner next to you. So do take time out and go out and mingle with people. See, you don't have to go out and just to find a date and to get into a relationship. You can just go have fun, take time out from that busy schedule of yours. Find some friends that you can spend time with, your family, your friends, relax a bit. And when you're happy, when you're being yourself, love will walk into your life. Now, if you're actually busy and you're not able to make a time for yourself, then it is understandable to a certain extent. But for those who are using this as an excuse, are you really too busy to go out there and date? Or do you have some kind of fear that's stopping you from moving ahead, or going out there and risking your heart again? So again, you don't have to hide, you don't have to cut off yourself from the rest of the world. You can still go out, you can still go on a date. You don't have to commit. Take your time, one day at a time. You can just go out, be there, be yourself. You don't have to be scared. Trust me, probably the other person is also as equally scared as you are. You never know, what people have been through, what kind of relationships they have gone through, and what they're right now. There may be people who would desperately want to be in a relationship, and then there may be people who just thanking the stars that thank God I'm single and I'm not part of any relationship. I'm not into a relationship. The next card we have is feeling unloved. Feel unloved. You deserve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully. Absolutely. Everyone deserves somebody who loves them unconditionally, somebody who's always there for them. You don't have to be next to the person 24/7, but you do need someone when you need to talk to somebody, when you're feeling low, when even when in those happy moments when you need to share that moment with someone, you need to have somebody next to you. Now, the feeling of being unloved usually means there is already somebody right next to you. If you look at the picture, it looks like two people who are just doing their own thing and are not really connecting, even though they're in the same room sitting right next to each other. One is sleeping and the other one is lost in looks like that person is also resting. So are you communicating with whoever you are with right now? If you're already in a relationship, since this is a singles reading, are you really in a relationship? And if you are in a relationship, it could be a long distance relationship as well. Are you really communicating? Are you really sharing your feelings? Are you letting the other person know how you feel? And is the other person doing that as well? If not, your relationship might be stagnant at the moment. What this card indicates is a feeling of, a disconnect, of feeling of not being, close enough and not sharing enough. And it gives you kind of a feeling that, there is no love anymore if it was ever there in the first place. So it gives you a feeling of, the other person not caring and not being affectionate, and there is nothing there. It's sort of an empty, stagnant state that is indicated by this card. Now, the only advice that can be given in this situation is, to sit down and have a nice talk, see how you feel, but before that, ask yourself if you really want to continue with the state that you're in right now. Do you really need this relationship? Do you want to go ahead? And then you connect with your partner and let them know how you feel, and give them a chance to let you know how they feel. So if you feel that something can be salvaged, and you can proceed and maybe work on the current relationship and make some changes, you can do some activities that keeps you engaged, where you're not feeling bored doing your own thing, or you become so comfortable that you don't communicate anymore. I mean, one person is sitting in one corner reading a book, another person is just watching TV. You get to the dining table, you eat together, but you're not talking much anymore. Or if you're talking, it's just, hi, okay, I had a good day, bad day. So the communication seems to have come down a lot, or maybe to nil even. So make that small efforts, a little bit, maybe you can shut down that TV or put down that book, or whatever it is that you're doing, work less, just try to communicate. If this is, you're already in a relationship, and if you're close or you're living together, you're married, in case if this is a long distance relationship, maybe you can take some time out, visit each other if that's a possibility, and probably go on a vacation, take a break and spend time with each other. If that is not possible, then just increase the time that you spend talking on the phone, or your video calls, or whatever it is that you do to connect. Sometimes you have people who are connecting on the phone, and there are awkward silences where you don't know what else to say. You're just wondering, okay, that's it, I've shared what I need to share, I don't have anything else left to say. So are you having that kind of situation where you don't know what to say anymore? If that is the case, then you need to rethink the situation. Now, the feeling of unloved does not mean it's just one person. The other person could also be feeling that way. So communication is an absolute necessity here. So take a good hard look at your relationship. As for the singles, if you feel unloved, how are you going to get love if you're not going to get out there and find someone for you? You cannot keep hiding. You cannot keep focused just on work, your career, and then telling the universe, why am I single? Why am I not finding my soulmate? Or where is my the counterpart? Or where is my other half? You need to make an effort, and effort does not necessarily mean you go out and start dating blindly. Take care of yourself, take care of your hair, your face, look good, smell good. You want to go out, go to a spa, make some time for yourself, spend time with your friends, and you never know when love will hit you. Sometimes when you stop looking is when you find what you're looking for. Or most the universe has a way of giving you what you need and more than what you want. So good luck. I would say please take some time out and put some effort on yourself, and hopefully you'll be able to find the person that you're looking for. The next card is the Page of Wands. This is fire energy. It's all about new ideas, discovering new things. It's all about passion. You're very, looking forward to doing something new. You're exploring new ideas, and you're excited. Wands usually mean, excitement, passion for it, not just in one area. It's passion for life in general, passion for a lot of things. So this is just a starting stage. You have the Ace of Wands, and now you've come to the Page of Wands. You're just starting out. You're still not reached the King of Wands stage. So you have that inspiration, you have that fire inside. So you need to let that flame going. keep that flame going. So, since this is a singles reading, you may have someone that you like, but it's still in the starting stage. You don't know how you feel. You don't know if you're really interested, or it's still there. You're looking at that person. You're wondering, will this work out? Will this not work out? You have that little bit of attraction that which is there, but will it go forward or not? So it is still in the beginning stages. It's up to you. If you want to pursue, give it some time. Maybe you can spend time with the person. If that is a possibility, you can go out on a date, or if it's more in a friendly situation, get to know them a little more better. But you have that interest, that in something has piqued your interest. You are looking at that person in a certain kind of way, but you're still not there yet. You're not sure. It's just the beginning, and it's you're still looking at that person and still wondering. So that's what the Page of Wands is. So give it some time and see how it goes, and hopefully it will move on to a better situation. That's the Page of Wands. The next card we have is the Six of Wands reversed. Now, upright, this card means achievement, public recognition. People around you applaud you. Now, the Six of Wands reversed usually means a lack of confidence. So I usually see this when you have a situation where you're being looked at by the people around you, where you feel a little embarrassed. Did you have a fall, or did you spill something on yourself? It could be the smallest thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be very big, embarrassing situation. But usually, Six of Wands reversed means, that victory was stopped, or you've not still reached that victory. But most of the time, when you have this card, it usually means you're feeling a little low. You lack self confidence. You're not sure. You don't want to go out there. Be among people, or you're just enjoying, and you're applauding yourself. You achieved something, but there are not people around you, and those your loved ones are still not aware of what you've done in private. Or there might be lack of recognition. Maybe you did something and you achieved something, but you were not given the credit for what you did. It probably went to someone else, or it was very low key, where you were expecting some kind of appreciation which you didn't get. Now, in a love setup for singles, you may have presented yourself in front of somebody, a crush, maybe hoping to get the kind of response, or reaction, but you're not getting that. So you feel a little embarrassed, and you feel a little low and down. How is that? I put in this much effort and I didn't get the kind of response that I needed. Don't lose confidence. Keep doing what you're doing. It happens, because it's not a Five of Pentacles, or a Five of Wands. It is a Six of Wands reversed. So you're there, you're getting there. The victory is very close by. The reversed usually means you're just close to it, not there. It could also mean that you had a little bit of a small a setback, where you feel a little embarrassed or a little low. It's okay. It's fine. It happens. Put in your best effort again. Just be yourself and keep trying and keep doing what you're doing. And eventually that Six of Wands reversed will become upright. So that's the Six of Wands here. Again, keep building your confidence. That's the major part of the Six of Wands reversed. Confidence. Don't let anybody take your confidence, even one notch down. Keep focused. Keep pepping yourself. That's another thing, keep pepping yourself, telling yourself that you're the best. You're the best person that whether it's looks wise, or whether anything that you're doing in your life, your career or your personal life. If you feel somewhere like you're lacking or inadequate, just look around you. There may be people who don't have what you have. So you may be doing much better than a lot of other people, but because of the lack of confidence, you feel a little low. So you need to take a good hard look at yourself, and appreciate the small things, and eventually that Six of Wands reversed will become upright. The next card in this reading is changing them. Trying to change someone never works. Accept them as they are, or move on. So, like the card says, most people, not all, but most people, sometimes what we've noticed is that you get into a relationship. I mean, there is the initial attraction, the initial liking, the excitement in the beginning of a relationship. And then, time as it goes on, you tend to, find things that you don't like about the person that you're with, or you're just tolerating it. And then you try to change them into something that they are not, so which happens in most relationships, not all of them. So trying to change them into something that they are not is always not a good idea. I mean, imagine you are a grown up adult. Obviously, since you are going to be looking for a relationship, if somebody is trying to change you, I mean, you're set in your ways, you have your likes, you have your dislikes. Even kids don't like being forced to eat foods that they don't like, or doing things that they don't want to do. So imagine trying to do that with an adult. I mean, it's a grown person with their own personality, with their own ideas, their own, you know, likes and dislikes, and trying to change them in the form of, I love you, so I'm doing this for you. It's not always a good thing. So you may have to accept the person with you are the way they are, let them be. And if somebody is trying to do this with you, then you may have to let them know, no, that this is what I am. There is not going to be a change. Maybe you can come to a compromise to a certain level where you can say, okay, let me try to do this, or you can try doing this. But beyond that, you cannot change who you are. You are who you are inherently, so you cannot change yourself unless you want to, and nobody else out of you, can force you or try to change you from being who you are. Now, for singles, again, if you're trying to get into a relationship and you're thinking, okay, this person is great, but I don't like that part of them, or they look good but they dress a certain way, maybe once we get into a relationship I can make him or her dress another way, or the makeup they do, or the accessories, or maybe support them into doing something else that they don't want to do. So getting into any kind of relationship with that kind of a mindset is always setting yourself up for failure. So you might want to rethink that, changing them, that this card says, I mean, maybe you shouldn't try that at all. You can just try being there for the person, being supportive in whatever they're doing, and you can expect the same from the other person as well. So that is a card for you, changing them. Next card we have is not talking, like the card we had in the previous row, feel unloved. This not talking is something similar. You aren't communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel. Like I said earlier on in the reading for that particular card, communication is the key. So if you're not letting the other person know what you are, and what you're feeling, what you need, or what you think is right or not happening, or happening too much within your relationship, it will not, the other person may not know. They may be completely ignorant of the fact that you're feeling a certain way, until and unless you communicate that to them. So communication is the key. And if you're picking up, or sensing some kind of discomfort, or your partner's pulling away from you, then you may have to stop and have a chat with them, discuss with them, and find out what exactly is going on. Because sometimes we just put things away for another day. Maybe we can let it be for the time being, let things cool off, let's talk later. So that doesn't work all the time, unless of course you guys are throwing hands and fighting in such a way where you need time to cool off. That's fine. But if in a normal setup, in a normal circumstance, I think you should find time to sit down and talk to each other. Find out what is it that the other person is needing, or needs, or what you want. Because sometimes I have seen people who are so much in love, or having great relationships, but then they get so caught up in their work. You have one person so focused on his work, he's doing his own thing, and you have the feminine doing her own thing, she's doing her own thing, hardly there's any communication. And then you finally communicate, and then you realize you've missed out on so many things, where you feel left out. You feel like, oh, why, how come I didn't know about this, or how come this was not shared with me. So this kind of that becomes a gap. So it's all about balancing your relationships, balancing your life in such a way that you make sure you include your loved ones, your friends. It's not just about romantic relationships or love relationships. It includes everyone. I mean, your parents, your friends, your loved ones, your kids, your pets, include everyone. That gives you a balanced life, because if you're not doing that, you're just going, you're on autopilot. You're just doing, getting up, doing your thing, moving on to the next day, doing the same thing again, and it becomes a routine. And after some time, you look back and you said, where did that time go? So that's what it says here. This is supposed to be a singles reading, but the kind of cards we are getting here is more, it seems like it's for more of couples or, relationship reading. But for the singles, again, the advice that I would give here is very simple. If there is somebody that you're interested in and you want to talk to, you want to share your feelings, okay, you can go ahead and do that. Sometimes people are so scared to express their feelings. It's okay. What difference is it going to make? Even if you get rejected, at least you have tried, you have expressed yourself. Just be yourself. You don't have to hide and be scared and wonder what will happen if that person doesn't like me back. So what? Everybody has a right to like or dislike others. It's each one's opinion. At least you tried, and if they dislike you, at least you'll have an idea as to you can always ask for a reason, or there might be something that you will learn from the experience. Okay, and I'm not saying you're going to get rejected. I'm just saying, when it comes to these kind of situations, it's always better to talk. Don't keep things bottled up. So if there is somebody you like, go out and let them know. Share your feelings. Go ahead, spend some time. You don't have to get into a commitment immediately. Share some time together, watch a movie, go on a date, and see what happens. That's how things usually progress in most adult relationships. And I know a lot of people will keep hiding away, for the fear of, not getting into relationships that may not be good. But until and unless you try, how are you going to find out? Right? So, next we have the Ten of Wands. This is all about burden, extra work, hard work, and it's the last of the wands, the Ten of Wands. So it's shown as a burden. If you look at the card, the person is just bent. His head is bent. He's walking, he's holding all those wands. He knows the direction that he's going, but he's not looking at what is up ahead. The wands are blocking his vision. He's just holding on to them. He's just carrying them, and he's like, let me just get to where I need to get to, and make sure I just deposit or put the swans down. So he's just trying to get to the next level, and he's just carrying all these burdens together. And if you see the way he's holding the wands, some of them might just slip and fall as well. So he's just making sure he's holding on to them tightly, and they don't fall before he gets to his destination. So this might be more than one priorities, or things that you have, your responsibilities that you may have. You may be juggling more than ones. You may have bills, you may have a lot of things that you're doing at the same time, and you're just saying, okay, let me just get to the next month, or let me just get through this now, so that I get to the other side without having to worry about anything. So this is basically, sometimes what this means is you taking on things more than is needed. If you see the guy, he can easily carry maybe 4 or 5 wands. Instead, he's carrying 10 of them. Okay, so it means maybe you're carrying more burdens than you can actually hold on to. So you may have to look at it. You don't have to let one of them slip by, but you can always see if you can put them down safely without causing damage to yourself or to your life. So then there are burdens you may be carrying. So sometimes what happens is, it's all about managing your time. It's about managing your priorities, and you start getting rid of the wands one by one. So you work on the smallest one, the weakest one, which you can get rid of easily. You take care of that first, and then you move on to the next one. So that's how you go ahead and do this. This is supposed to be a singles reading, but the way the cards have shown up. So again, here, when it comes to relationships. For singles, again, you may be feeling burdened by all the bills that you have to pay. I mean, you're doing everything on your own. There's nobody around to take care of you, nobody to ask you if you're okay, take care of you when you're sick and falling ill. And you may be thinking, I wish I had someone there to take care of me, somebody who could pay my bills or at least provide for me, take care of me to some extent. It's not just about the feminine energy here, it could be a masculine as well who's feeling this way. There's no gender here. It could be a masculine, it could be a feminine. It depends on the energy that the person is feeling at that point of time. So this may be, feeling a little burdened, and you're tired, you're doing the same thing alone, and you find other people, where people, you couples and families, where they have their responsibilities are shared, and they don't look as burdensome as you do sometimes. So again, if you're looking for a relationship where you have somebody, you want somebody to take care of you, then again, let go of a few ideas or standards. I'm not saying lower your standards, but you may sometimes be looking at things in a certain way, or you may be looking at this is the kind of person I want. That person may not exist or may not even be there, because sometimes we have very, very high standards, levels which most humans may not be able to achieve. So I'm not saying let go of your standards. Again, it's all about compromise. I mean, look at what you're looking for. If you're saying, I want a guy who is more than 6 feet tall, or I want a girl with the thinnest waist, or who's long hair and all that, I mean, you can always compromise. I mean, the height doesn't necessarily mean that person is better off in taking care of you, or can carry better burdens than a guy who is probably shorter. Long haired girl, she can chop off her hair anytime, or a girl with a short hair can grow a hair at any point of time, or a man who has a beard can shave it off anytime. So I'm just giving the superficial physical looks as example here, but it's just to give an idea as to, sometimes we hold on to certain images and types that we have. So for the singles here, the burdens, feeling burdened part of it, hang in there. I'm sure you have a good person available. Somebody is always there for each one of us, and you will find your person very soon. And usually, this kind of relationship enters your life as a surprise when you're more focused on yourself. So rather than looking for somebody who can take care of you and do things for you, you start to take care of yourself little by little. Like I said, start working on those wands, one by one. The weakest wand, you get rid of it, and then you move on. Take care of yourself. Take a day off, go to the spa, or you want to go on a picnic, you want to take a mini vacation. Do that, relax, focus on it, spend time with your friends, family, loved ones, and love will hit you when you least expect it. Trust me, sometimes it is right around the corner and you don't even know it, and then you will just think about it and then say, my god, this was there all along and I didn't even notice it, I didn't even realize it. So there have been cases where people, they have been looking all over trying to find out where the soulmate is, and then they suddenly meet the person that they grew up with or went to school with, or someone they met in college, and they just reconnect and it just clicks and things happen, and they're like, where were you all my life? I can't believe I've met you in school, and we didn't click then, and it's happening now. So the things happen. So the right person will come into your life at the right time. And last but not the least, this is a card which I don't usually like, but luckily here it is reversed. That is the Five of Pentacles reversed. I don't like the card both upright as well as reversed, because it kind of gives a, feeling of being rejected, lost. It usually hurts. It shows hurt feelings. Even though there is spirituality in it, when it is upright, where you have two people, they are struggling, they are in pain, but they're at least together. But I still find this card as a negative when it is upright reversed. I find it, you're almost there, you're just recovering from it, whatever loss you may have had financially, or whoever rejected you, or you felt, like you've been hurt, you're out of it. I mean, you're just recovering from it. You're moving on to the next stage. It's all about improvement in your finances and in your relationships. So like I said earlier, if you have confessed your feelings to somebody and they didn't reciprocate it, and if you're feeling bad or low about it, it's okay. That person doesn't deserve you. I'm not saying they're a bad person, but maybe there is someone better for you. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles reversed means you're recovering from those kind of rejections, loss, and it indicates a spiritual poverty when it is reversed. It says, when upright, it gives you a chance of entering that spiritual level where you're with somebody where you don't have anything else, but it's all about spirituality, it's all about togetherness. That's the positive side you see of Five of Pentacles. Reversed, it means you're not together anymore. I mean, there is no two people together. They've fallen down, or they've separated, or one has gone in and one is left out. So it's basically means you're alone. Or when it comes to spirituality, I'm talking about, and when it comes to being together during adverse times. So maybe one of you has recovered, okay, and moving on to the next level. But I still see this card as positive, since it isn't a singles reading. It's an indication that you can recover from feeling low, loss, and you can move on to the next stage. Now I have tried my best to not make this video as long as it is right now. I'm trying to make shorter videos, but I tend to speak as and go with the flow. I hope you guys have enjoyed listening to this, and this is a timeless readings, and I hope you can take back something positive from this. So please do give your feedback. If you get a chance to go through the complete video, you have some ideas, you please do drop in a comment. And if you feel like you can subscribe to my channel, please go ahead and do that as well. It was a pleasure to having this reading with you guys, and until the next video, have a good day. Bye bye.